the most of our patriots are from Basque Country in Spain. Simon Bolivar fought for our independence, and we declared our independence in July 5th in 1811. But we had some battles against Spain until 1821, when the independence we did our independence in that year, 1821, as the third republic in the continent after United States, Haiti. The third one is Venezuela in the Americas. Well, our president, you know, our President Hugo Chavez, is our 45th president in our history, in our Republican history. Our National Assembly is the second power, the legislative power, and also in most of the countries, the Supreme Tribunal of Justice. Well, you can see our currency is the Bolivar, because of Bolivar, and $1 is 2.15 Bolivars right now. Well, I want to talk about three very interesting things in our country. One, our wonderful heritage. The first one is the mixed faith. Our country has been a land of immigration from the beginning of our history. After the colonization, the miscegenation. Anyone here now knows this word, miscegenation? No? Yeah? Yeah, the mix of races. Thank you, Margaret. The miscegenation in our country is principally characterized by the mestizo. A mestizo is the son of a Spaniard, in our case, a Spaniard and a native person in our country. Other races remained without mixing. The Africans, a lot of Africans came during the colony time, and the son of the Spaniards born in Venezuela, but they keep without mixing. They were called blancos criollos, creole white. They were in the upper class in that time, so they didn't mix it with other races in the history of the country. In 1832, the first Jewish community arrived in Venezuela. Now the Jews are probably 24,000 in the country. And in 1850, the Italians, Germans, and Canaries came from Europe. Actually, we have a German town in our country in the north of just Germans there. They keep their dialect. They are from Bavaria. And in between 1948 and 1958, more than 1 million of Europeans came from Europe because of the war. So they came to Venezuela because we discovered in 1940 big oil reservations, so a lot of money, so they came to work in our country. This is a wonderful thing in our country because all these people, together with the Venezuelans, cooperate to build the modern country in our land. The main reason that we evaluated so much this characteristics, well, one, they came because the World War II and the discovery of this reservation of oil, and they encountered hospitality in our country. The second one is because of money in the country. We have had a constant immigration from Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, and Cuba, especially after the Cuban Revolution. A lot of Cubans came to Venezuela. Actually, we have 4 bishops from Cuba in our country right now, Catholic bishops. Their cooperation to build the modern Venezuela. Well, one example is Patricia Velázquez. Do you know her? Probably. Yeah, I think I know you know who is her. She is an Exunamun in the mountains. She's Venezuelan. Her father is Spaniard and her mother is Indian from the Wayuu ethnic in the west of the country. So yeah, you know her. Yeah. Okay, well, there is a example of population composition. There are statistics. Those are all the countries that immigrate to our country in the last century. Actually, more than 2 million of Colombians live in my country. more than 700,000 Arabians live in the country. We have 9 mosques in our country, and it's very interesting that more than 10,000 Americans live in Venezuela right now. Our high school in Caracas, St. Ignatius High School, is also the American parish in the capital city. The reason is they came to our country with the American companies came. They built a lot of the small towns in the country, but they married with Venezuelans. So they have now American Venezuelan families in Venezuela. Well, you can see other countries. Unfortunately, native persons are just 511,000, almost 512,000 natives. It's just 1% of the population, the native person in my country, and they live in reservations in the south of the country. The rest of the population is 55% of mestizos, 35% of whites, and Afro-Americans, Arabians, and Asians, 9%. And this is the population, the immigrant population, and the Venezuelan is 23 million of people. Well, our faces. You can see here some examples. The Indians in the south, the Africans, they keep their traditions, their dances, music in the areas where they live. Other native people. It was my group in ecological program at the university, my classmates at the university. Yeah, you can see my face. It's me. In our school in Caracas, St. Ignatius High School. Okay, a group of students at St. Ignatius High School and some Jeffries. In the airport when we were coming to the United States and Canada in last July. Well, what is the mixture influence? Well, of course, in the architecture, in our way to think, our ideas. So I want to show some examples of architecture in our country, different cities. This is a cathedral in the west of the country. And the modern architecture is a Greek Orthodox church. This high-speed train is new. Chavez opened this. It's the first high-speed train in Latin America, and he opened that probably 1 month ago in the north of the country. We don't have electricity by other resources. Our electricity is all of our electricity is by hydro electricity dams. Of course, we have very strong rivers in the south, so we produce the electricity that we need in the country. Caracas is the capital city. It's a huge city with 9 million of people. In a valley, this city is in 3,000 feet. Is the height? Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a beautiful mountain. It's Avila Mountain in the north of the city. Different pictures of Avila. But other important cities, the main cities is Maracaibo is the second one with 2 million and a half population people. Maracaibo. The third one is Valencia. We have a lot of cities with the Spaniard name. Valencia, Barcelona, Mérida, Trujillo. Yeah. Valencia and Barquisimeto is the third one. Margarita Island. Probably you have heard about Margarita Island. Yeah, it's in the north, very touristic place. It's a beautiful beaches. You have to go there. And my city is Puerto La Cruz. It's in the coast, in the Caribbean Sea. We are probably 1 million people living there. And you can see a picture of the German town in the bottom of the screen. In the 4 main cities live 50 million of people. In the 4 main cities. And we are 27 million. So you can imagine that. In the north of the country almost all the people live, and the cities in the south are very small.